Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? Welcome to another episode of Like Father, Like Son Sports. I'm Eric T. Jackson, and he's my son, Tyler A. Sims. What's up, boy?
Hello, Dad. How you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm great, man. How you doing?
I'm great.
Good, good, good. Uh, welcome, everybody that's watching to a brand new episode of Like Father, Like Son, where me and Tyler get on here and we bond over sports and familiar and likes and dislikes, and we take it to another level, and we try and incorporate our experiences, things that he's went through, what I've went through, his perspective, my perspective, and we come out seeing both sides in the end. We wanted to do this so that we could grow our bond and also have fun talking sports, talking noise, you know what I'm saying, and having fun, having a good time. And that's what it's all about. Every week, every time we get on here, it's family, it's sports, having fun, having a good time, and in the presence of each other. I'm Eric T. Jackson. That's my son. That's Tyler A. Sims. And we have another great episode today. Hey, man. So we always like to start off with something personal, man. Is there anything you want to ask me?
Well, since today we're finally doing a full college show.
Finally, right? Love college football.
Finally, I know you've been wanting to do this one real bad. I thought it was only appropriate that I ask, what are some of your favorite memories from when you were in college? Memories, experiences.
Playing football?
Just in college in general.
Or just college in general?
Not even sports directly, no.
Okay. Oh, man. So the main thing is the people. You know, I went to and graduated from Stephen F. Austin State University, Axel.
Okay.
And I had great experiences there, man, with all my college teammates, and just the students there that I encountered, man. Nice, down to earth. It was laid back. I came from a small town, Marshall, Texas, and then went to Stephen F. Austin, which was in Nacogdoches, a town bigger than Marshall, but another small town, right? And so it wasn't much of a culture shock, but there were a lot of different cultures in college at Stephen F. Austin. You know, there was people from Houston, from Dallas, from the big cities, right? And so, you know, they're not used to you. You're not used to them, that type of thing. So it's figuring people out, learning everybody. And, you know, one of the things I can remember is some teammates that when I went to, like, I didn't really see a lot of tattoos in Marshall, maybe at all. I don't really remember from people in high school, but when I got to college, all my teammates, you know, a lot of them had tattoos, and some of the younger ones, you know. And so that was eye-opening when I first got there, you know what I'm saying? And just playing football, enjoying it. I walked on at Stephen F. Austin.
Okay.
I had other opportunities to play other places, but I decided to go and walk on, and had a great experience, man. I think SFA had one of the top walk-on programs in the 90s, at least when I played. I felt like it was. You know, Coach Pierce was the head coach. He came from Texas A&M, which had a really good walk-on program. So, you know, it was great, man. I appreciate the question, man. But
yeah, of course. Real quick,
what's up, man?
Is seeing all of your teammates with tattoos, is that what led you to get your own?
You know what? I think I've told him this before, but one of my partners, Scott Fabian, he had a barbed wire tattoo on his arm, and he was built, had really nice arms and muscles, and I was the same way. So I was like, that looked good on him. It'll look good on me. So I did see one of my teammates' tattoos, and that's how I got my first tattoo.
There you go.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, I like that.
Yep. So what are we discussing today, man?
Well, right here in this orange notebook of mine.
Let me tell the people what we're discussing, man. We are going to talk about the most chaotic weekend in college football this year, at least. It was crazy, man. Crazy. It was big name, top teams losing left and right to underdogs, to teams ranked lower than them, on the road, at home, you name it, they were losing. And we've got it all for you, right?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yep. So we're going to start with 5 teams in the top 11 in the country, and this was based on last week.
Yeah.
Lost 4 of them to unranked opponents, and the 5th, Texas A&M was ranked number 25 in the country, and it beat the top 10 teams. So we're going to get into all of that. We're going to start from the bottom. We're going to start with the lowest ranked team in the top 11 that lost, and that was number 11, USC. And they lost to Minnesota 24-17. And this, believe it or not, this was a conference game, people. Because USC is now in the Big Ten. And so it looks like it was probably a non-conference game, but no, it was a conference game. And USC's ranked number 11, and Minnesota pulled off the upset. And I'm sure this is probably a aha moment type of thing for USC, because Minnesota was 2-3 at the time.
Yeah.
And USC was 3-1. So I'm pretty sure they expected to roll into Minnesota, because it was on the road, and beat a team supposedly less than them, like they probably have done in the Pac-12 all these years. But it was not meant to be.
No,
what do you think about that, Tyler?
I think it's wild. I'm always surprised. So just some as a preface, I'm not the most tapped into college football, but I do know the bigger name teams, USC being one of those. So,
and they should have won this matchup. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely should have won.
Absolutely.
Minnesota's quarterback, Max Brosmer. He threw. Stats looked pretty mediocre when I was looking at him. I mean, not mediocre, but they weren't outstanding stats. He threw 15 for 19, 169 yards with no touchdowns or interceptions, but he was all 3 of their scores because he ran the ball in 3 times.
So he was a dual threat quarterback.
Yeah.
And teams like Minnesota, teams that may be inferior to top ranked teams, they'll need something extra.
Exactly.
And having a quarterback that can run the ball, that helps.
Yeah, their running back helped them a lot too. Darius Taylor
Okay.
carried the ball 25 times for 144 yards. So
USC couldn't stop the run
not
in
at
the
all.
Pac-12, and they still can't stop the run in the Big Ten. That's crazy, but maybe it's to be expected. So I'm wondering, moving forward, what this loss does to USC's psyche as far as, oh shit, we're now in the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
Can we or can we not hang? I'm wondering if it messes with them a little bit.
Yeah. It may.
It may. All right, man. Minnesota. Next team to lose in the top 10 to an unranked opponent, Michigan. Number 10, Michigan. And you want to go first or want me to go first?
I can go first.
Go first.
There's just a couple things I noticed looking back at recaps of the game. So Michigan pulled their starting quarterback in the second quarter and replaced him with, his last name's Tuttle. I didn't write his first name down. Replaced him with Jack Tuttle.
So he wasn't hurt? They just pulled him?
They pulled him. That's what I read. They benched him in the second quarter. And assuming he stayed on the bench the rest of the game, he was 3 for 7 with 15 yards. How is that guy your starter to begin with?
Was the other quarterback any better?
Oh, yeah. He did much better. He posted 10 for 18. Well, not much better, actually.
I was about to say, that's not
10 for 18, 98 yards. And
for a whole game, that's not much better at all.
Yeah, no. A touchdown and an interception.
So this is what's crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
USC moves into the Big Ten. They're top 10 ranked basically at number 11, and they lose to a Big Ten unranked opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Washington moves into the Big Ten, and they defeat a top 10 Big Ten team.
Mm-hmm.
It's the craziest thing. It's two parallels, right?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know about you, but I could see this coming for Michigan. Michigan's been rocky all season.
Okay.
I know you've got to sort of be dialed in to understand how shaky they've been, but they barely beat Arkansas State, and they've had another close win or two where a top 10 team should not have.
Yeah.
So I could, and Washington was in the college playoff last year.
They were.
Yeah, so I could
This
definitely
is a rematch.
see,
I read.
I could definitely see Washington beat Michigan. And so much so that I wouldn't even consider it an upset. Now let's see, and they were at home. It was in Washington. Yeah, so I could see that happening, even though it is an upset because Michigan is number 10,
Right.
and Washington is not ranked. But Washington at home, I'm sure Washington was a 1.5 point favorite at home, which tells you that it was a pick'em game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anything else to say about that game? Who's Washington's quarterback? No.
Washington's quarterback was Will Rogers. He threw 21 for 31, 271 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception.
Okay. And Michigan's quarterback sucked.
Yeah, both of them did.
Okay.
3 for 7 for 15 yards in the second quarter is unacceptable. I don't know that doesn't. The stats of the pair of quarterbacks Michigan has don't scream top 10 to me. I don't know if this is just an off game for them.
No, it means they don't have JJ McCarthy anymore.
Yeah.
That's what it means.
Yeah.
You know, they know how important J.J. McCarthy was last year.
Right.
You know, they don't have Coach Harbaugh anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And their coach, Sharon Moore, is a black coach. So you know me, I love my black coaches. I'm rooting for him, right?
Dude.
But you know, I was glad he got the job. But yeah, it's rough right now. Next up, this is who I've been. Hey, this was the game that I was interested in and that I was watching.
Okay.
You know, all the way.
Mm-hmm.
Bam! So this is Texas A&M is the only ranked team to beat a top 10 team this weekend, but they were barely ranked. They number 25, and they were tied for number 25 with UNLV. They were hanging on by a thread in the top 25, and they demolished number 9 Missouri at home. Now, this is what I don't get, Tyler. Talk to me soon, we just got to seeing how Washington is unranked, but we're a 1.5 point favorite over Michigan. How did Texas A&M was a favorite? Let's see. Texas A&M was a 2.5 point favorite over Missouri. I don't understand how these lines work, but I'm pretty sure if you're number 9 in the country and then you're number 25 in the country, number 9 should be ranked or picked to win.
Right.
Does that make sense? That's how I would do it. Number 9 would pick whether you at home or on the road.
Right.
I don't get the betting lines, you know. But Texas A&M was the only one of these teams to destroy their opponent. All the other ones, you know, by a touchdown, 10 points. Texas A&M is finally hitting on all cylinders. So again, I'm gonna take you back to Texas A&M's first game of the year. They played number 7 at the time, Notre Dame in College Station. Do you know who's picked to win that game?
Notre Dame.
Texas A&M.
Really?
Yes. Number 7, and we were number 20 at the time, something like that. Number 7, but we picked to win. Like I'm like, no, we should not be. It was 13-13 in the fourth quarter, and then we let the game get away from us, and all of a sudden we're lousy. But hey, our quarterback got hurt. We won our last 3 games with our backup quarterback. Texas A&M did, and our starter came back, Connor Wigman, and this is what he gave us. Missouri. Now, let me just say this. Missouri's running backs coach. He was a grad assistant at SFA when I played football there. And when I went there, I know him, or I knew him back then. He was a national running backs coach of the year, voted on by Football Scoop last year. He's a really good coach, according to Curtis Looper. And so he's a former lumberjack, and so that part of it intrigued me, and then of course I've been an A&M fan since 7th grade, so I'm always rooting for the Aggies. But we pulled it out, and only big things from here. Only big things from here. Yep.
Yeah.
What
So
you say about this game, brother?
I got a couple things. Things I found interesting.
Yes, sir.
Your guys' defense. So going into the halftime, it was 24-0. You guys up, right?
Yes.
And then first drive.
First play.
First drive of the
First play.
going back to play. First play. It was first play?
Yes, sir. It was first play
First play.
of the third quarter.
Maybe on Moss scores. He had
75 yards. 75 yards. Tell
75 yards. He had a monster game. He posted 12 carries for 138 yards and 3 touchdowns.
That's right. He's
And
leading
your
the
quarterback-
SEC in rushing right now.
He's leading the
He's
SEC.
the
you said?
leading rusher in the SEC right now. Yes.
Love that. And your quarterback also posted good numbers. 18 for 22, 276 yards.
4
I like
incompletions, and he was throwing downfield a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody was saying that he was the reason why we lost to Notre Dame, and he, he wasn't very good. He was overrated. He got a lot of that, so he wanted to prove that that wasn't the case.
He did a good job. Did
Yeah,
three
another.
turnovers.
So a side note, Tyler, to this game.
Yeah.
Missouri's head coach, Eli Drinkowitz. So Texas A&M has a cornerback that calls himself the blanket, right? Because he covers receivers so well.
Okay.
So Eli Drinkowitz, he sent an A&M blanket to his top receiver and told his receiver that our A&M's cornerback Will Lee sent it to him.
What?
Yes. So he tried to give fake motivation to his receiver, right? And the receiver was all on the news talking about they sent me this blanket and I'm gonna destroy him and all this and that. They didn't buy it, and them didn't buy it. Will Lee was like, "Coach, I didn't send him no blanket. I don't even know his address."
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that was easy to debunk.
That's
But
crazy.
then, in the end, they threw him at Will Lee 5 times. They didn't complete any. They were 0 for 5 going against Will Lee.
Another comment about your guys' defense. You guys held them to 2.3 yards per carry. And
Yes, sir.
got 6 sacks and 8 tackles for a loss. So good job, Texas A&M. I get behind that. I'm a supporter. Clemson fan, A&M supporter.
And Missouri was only giving up 1 sack per game before this game. And we got them 6 times.
6 times.
Yes, sir. Moving on. Next team. Now we getting into the top 5, right? The next team to lose to an unranked opponent. Number 4, Tennessee.
Arkansas.
And the quarterback, the head coach, was it Josh Heupel?
Not sure.
Yeah, no, that's his name, Josh Heupel. Yeah, lost to Sam Pittman and the Arkansas Razorbacks. Arkansas has a really good quarterback, Tyler Green, dual threat guy, can run and throw it, and they have a really good running game. And they play hard for Coach Pittman. Texas A&M only beat Arkansas 21-16 or something like that. So they play really hard, and they play extremely well against Tennessee, and they came out with the win.
Yeah, I have here. First time Tennessee has lost a game since last November, the 18th, is what I have here.
There you go.
That's wild. And despite averaging 60 points through the first 3 weeks, Tennessee, they were held to only two scores by Arkansas.
That's how it is, man. And if you look at it, we're gonna look at Tennessee's schedule right now, man. Yeah, 69-3 over Chattanooga, 71-0 over Kent State, 51. Now beating number 24 ranked NC State 51-10. That's a really good win. Beating number 15 Oklahoma 25-15. That's a good win. Arkansas was ready.
Yeah.
Arkansas was ready, man. Like, I'm not saying Tennessee is not a bad team at all. They beat two ranked teams already. They can score the ball. But they were in Arkansas, and Arkansas just wanted it more. Now, what I will say about this and the next game coming up, but I'll talk about this right now. The SEC instituted a rule in the offseason where if a team that wins, if their fans storm the field, then they're going to have to pay their opponent the fine.
Right.
Like first offense, $100,000. Second offense, $250,000. Third offense, like $500,000. Right. Arkansas's fans stormed the field. They stormed the field. Like, if you saw it on TV, it's like a sea of reddish, whatever color Arkansas is.
They're red, I'm pretty sure.
And they was talking to Coach Pittman after the game. He was like, I hope my AD doesn't get mad. Like, he probably will. Like, but I don't care right now. We won the game. That's all that matters.
Right.
But yeah, because he was thinking about the fine. So Tennessee lost. Tennessee lost, but then they won.
Yeah. My question is, how does a team break into the rankings? Like, how far out is Arkansas to where they can't be ranked now after beating number 4?
So a lot of it depends on record, right? Okay. So they are 4-2 now, right?
Right.
I mean, it just depends on who's all in front of them and if they were receiving votes at that point and that type of thing. Because a lot of times you have so many people in front of you, even if you beat a team like this, they might say it was just your day and you're not really top 25 worthy,
Gotcha.
But they're 4-2. I'm surprised they're not. They're probably receiving votes right now.
Right.
I bet you that. Let's see.
Let me see. Let me look at their schedule.
Yeah.
They beat 4-2. So they beat AR Pine Bluff 70-0. I'm assuming that's not a good school.
No, they're not.
Then they lost to Oklahoma State 39-31.
Game they should have won.
They beat UAB 37-27. They beat Auburn 24-14. And then they lost to you guys last week 21-17.
Right. And they beat Tennessee. Yeah. If they keep playing like that, they'll get ranked here pretty soon. Yeah. It just depends on who's in front of you most weeks. Right?
Let's see. Okay.
So we've come to the last team that lost to an unranked opponent and might be the team you would least expect
to lose.
The team I least expected.
Right.
Vanderbilt beat Alabama. What do you think about that, bro?
Well, I thought it was crazy. Everyone knows Alabama, probably the best team in college football. That's what everyone likes to say. And Vanderbilt, I've never heard anyone talk about Vanderbilt as if they're a great football team. So yeah, it was pretty wild to see. I know all my friends were going pretty crazy over it. They were all pretty hyped, pretty excited about it.
So everybody loves the underdog story, right?
Yeah.
And Vanderbilt is the ultimate underdog. It feels like they're underdog in every game, right? So what makes this such a great story is it would have been a great story if they had beat number 11 USC. or number 10 Michigan, right? That would have been even great. They beat number 1. It's the ultimate David and Goliath story.
And Alabama is coming off a win over Georgia.
Yeah, which made them that much more invincible in people's minds.
Yeah. Also, this is Alabama's first loss to Vanderbilt since 1984.
I'm surprised they lost then.
Yeah.
How the hell did they lose to Vanderbilt in 1984?
I don't know. Probably this same way. Also, I read that prior to Saturday's win, Vanderbilt had been 0-60 against AP top 5 opposition.
Absolutely.
That's crazy.
That's Vanderbilt.
That's insane.
So, as you may know, I think I told you know, your cousin, my niece, Ajani Taylor, is assistant coach for Vanderbilt's women's volleyball team.
Yeah.
And so when that happened, I texted her. I was like, man, this is, I said, congratulations on beating Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
And then she hit me back in all caps, like, how cool is that?
Mm.
I was like, yeah, that's pretty damn cool,
Yeah.
What they were able to do. And
I saw on Twitter, they put the goalpost in the river.
I was just about to say, their fans stormed the field.
They did.
So what does that mean? When Alabama lost, but Alabama won. They got that $100,000. So Arkansas ended up having to pay $100,000 to Tennessee, and Vanderbilt ended up having to pay $100,000 to Alabama as well. That those were because of the new rule, but they don't care.
No.
And the publicity, the money that these games will generate from winning, it will more than cover that. I'm sure they'd rather not pay the money, but you can't just. So when they put the rule in, they're like, "Oh, you just gotta have extra security, so the fans don't jump the fence, and you gotta do this and do that." Who's gonna do that, man? I'm gonna have security, but I'm not gonna tackle fans if they want to jump on the field.
Right, of course not. It's also like a cultural thing. Like storming the field in college football is a thing that happens, and a thing you should allow to happen. I think I'm okay with you serving a fine for it. That's fine. But going the extra mile to try and stop fans from storming the field when a team like Vanderbilt beats a team like Alabama, let them celebrate. Let them have their fun.
And this is my point, because they've let them storm the fields for over 100 years. They just put in the fine system this year.
Yeah.
So if you're not gonna tackle them, if you're not gonna get in front of them and say, "Over my dead body,"
right?
What the hell? Why even have a rule, man?
Exactly, because it doesn't even punish the people that are storming the field.
Absolutely,
it punishes the organizers. It's not like you said, if you guys storm the field, you're gonna go to jail.
There may be some secondary penalty that they didn't announce or that they didn't tell me.
Right.
As dialed in as I am, believe it or not, I don't hear anything.
Yeah.
But that's still, if you're not going to uphold it to the umpteenth degree, then don't have it.
Why even have it? Yeah, I agree.
Absolutely. So those were the top 5 unranked and almost unranked teams to beat the top 11, to 5 of the top 11 teams in the country, right there. And Miami should have lost. I don't know if Miami came back from 10 points down with 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. There's no way they shouldn't have lost that game.
Right.
And yet they came back and won. against California. Cal was up 38-28 and lost 39-38. And I have Cam Ward on my college fantasy team, so I was cool with that. But Miami is ranked number 6, and they should have lost as well. It was just a wacky weekend. Other teams that outside of the top 11 that lost, Louisville, ranked number 22, lost to SMU. And UNLV, ranked number 25, lost to Syracuse. So UNLV and Texas A&M were tied for number 25. Texas A&M beat Missouri. Louisville lost to Syracuse.
Also, I thought it was funny you sent me an article that some Yahoo writer wrote about Cal's upset win over Miami.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, oh man. I said, please don't let this be taken down. I've got to screenshot this. Yeah, so some writer must have jumped, because the Miami Cal game must have been on the West Coast because it finished late in the middle of the night. And a writer must have put in his story with like 3 minutes left.
Yeah. Thought it was over.
Thought it was over.
I just looked just to see if it was still there, and he deleted it. He took it down.
He did take it down?
Yeah, understandably so.
Yeah, but it wasn't before I got a hold of it. You know, that's funny. You know what I'm saying? This upcoming week, man, we got Texas. This week 7, so we will have Texas A&M will have a bye, my guys. Okay. But we will have number 1 Texas versus number 18 Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry. And so that's going to be a good one. That's going to be one that everybody's going to be tuned into. Even though I expect Texas to do what they've been doing this entire year is blow Oklahoma the hell out. It's going to be in Dallas, and it's going to be in the midst of the state fair and all this type of hoopla and everything. Anything can happen in that game. So I do not expect a blowout. Let me rephrase that. I expect a close game.
Okay.
I expect Texas to eventually pull away, maybe by 10, right? Which, it's close compared to what they've been doing. But yeah, it's not going to be a blowout because these games never are.
Right. Okay.
So, USC was number 11 last week, and now they are not in the top 25.
USC? They went from 11 to out.
Unranked. Yes, and so an unranked USC plays number 4 ranked Penn State. That's crazy. All they had to do was win, and it would be like a top 10 matchup.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. They couldn't do that. Number 2, Ohio State plays number 3 Oregon this weekend. Well, that's going to be a good game right there, boy.
I got some friends really looking forward to that one.
Yep. And then number 9, Ole Miss plays number 13 LSU this week. SEC matchup in Baton Rouge. It's going to be another really good game. And for all those Deion Sanders supporters, Colorado plays number 18 Kansas State this weekend. They were off this past weekend. They played Kansas State in Denver, so I'll be looking forward to that. I have Shedeur Sanders on my fantasy team. So.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. It's all about fantasy football now, baby. If you're not Texas A&M, all about fantasy football. Anything else, man?
Clemson plays Wake Forest. They play
Yeah.
Wake Forest on Saturday. We beat Florida State last Saturday,
Yeah,
29-13.
Florida State. Y'all will get that coach fired.
So yeah, that's gonna be cool. I don't know. I imagine Wake Forest isn't the greatest team in the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I don't see y'all losing that. I don't see y'all losing that.
We've only lost to Georgia, so.
Hey, so let me ask you this. So, you didn't go to college after high school. So let me just say this: if you do choose to go to college, or if you had the opportunity to go, I would tell you to go somewhere that has a mascot. If the college don't have a mascot, I don't trust it.
Right.
First of all. Second of all, what Texas colleges would you go to? Have you ever thought about that?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Which Texas college would you go to if you had the opportunity to go and just enjoy the sports aspect, of it all?
It would probably be A&M for sure, because I went to that football camp there, so I have something.
You have some previous knowledge with that school right there. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, good choice, man. Good choice.
And I know you'd be real happy if I was like, "Hey, Dad, I'm going to Texas A&M."
I'd be ecstatic. Hey, me and Evan went to his college and career day today.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked to a bunch of schools. We talked to SFA. We talked to Texas A&M. We talked to some HBCUs, man. But I mean, if he decided to go to SFA, I'd be ecstatic. His mama wanted to go to an HBCU, but it don't matter to me as long as he gets most of it or all of it paid for.
Right.
So that's the only thing. That's what I kept on asking those recruiters, man. they had to dig deep in they literature to try and answer my questions. But yeah, man, that's what's up. Our first college show, and I'm glad we did it. That's why I wanted to do it live, because it was our very first one. I said, let's go ahead and do this live, put it out there, and we'll get back into the NFL on my next show.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Works for me.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, I think it was a great show. What do you?
I agree. I wrote down a lot in preparation to try and make up for my lack of general knowledge.
No, you were fine, man. You were fine.
Yeah,
you held your own.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. So, hey, appreciate you being with me, my brother.
Yes, of course.
Appreciate anybody that was on here watching. We love y'all. And you asked some good thought-provoking questions.
I'm sorry?
I said you asked some good thought-provoking questions.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I appreciate it, man.
Yes, of course.
Yep. Until next time, my brother.
All right, everybody.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Yep. Be easy.